Now, how value it is still to talk face to face in your.
Yeah. Interesting enough, here's another case in point. I'm involved in another location here in Ottawa called the At Hive. So it's a collab working space community, right? So I met with someone. It's location wise in the city. It's kind of central. So I met with somebody to do what they call a business activity meeting, a BAM, and that's part of the Phoenix group. So I'm chatting this guy up. He does HVAC, and I'm looking to have him come on as a guest on the podcast. Maybe acquire a fireplace. One of my needs is looking for a fireplace in the house. Ta-da! In the process of chatting, we're sitting there. And there's another gentleman who's in the bistro space, and I said, "Oh, by the way, Gamma, I meet Matt." And they go back and forth, and then Gamma says, "HVAC, do you do commercial or just residential?" Well, Gamma has a commercial need, right, with balancing. So some of these intros are uh, self-attracting or self-sourcing. They only go, ta-da, a light bulb comes on and someone has a chat because there's a pain point that's coming up. So doing it face-to-face, you get the nuance, you get the more of a sense of what's going on. The podcast is really good because we spend an hour with a person, and even if I've met them and done a podcast previously, having the second one sometimes you get nuances of, well, this is new. Whether there's been a career change or there's been an update or there's something has shifted. The focus is different. Well, that's cool to know. And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there afterwards and I'm going, well, let me introduce you to these couple of people because they can really help you and help boost what you're trying to do.
That's right. And it sounds to me like you've centered the activities around the podcast. You've used the podcast as a conversation starter, and to branch out of that. Is that
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's,
fair to
it's
say?
easier even when I'm having a meeting. I'll have introductory meetings with people, even without the intent of a podcast.
Mhm.
And we'll start chatting back and forth, and I'm going, oh, you should meet this person because I think there's something to the story. It just if the person is open and tell me more. So in other words, if they say I build widgets, that's nice. But then all of a sudden you hear a certain flavor they're looking for someone to do specialized packaging. Well, I met someone that does specialized packaging. What are you looking for? I said, oh, well, this is perfect. Here's a crossover. Good example was in 2019 when I was doing the in-person meetings. And someone says we do clinical trials here. I'm looking at him and going, I don't know anybody playing Frankenstein. Bottom of 2019, I found someone that was playing Frankenstein. Not quite Frankenstein, but he wanted to do clinical trials here in Canada. Oddly enough, here's the introduction. So sometimes it may not be the next day, but once you know what's in play and what the ask is for, you can start threading the connections through. The podcast just helps reinforce it, just keeps everything fresh.